Hi, good morning, Iola and Chris. Today I'm going to start showing you some videos, and what we're going to do is as we complete certain sections, we're going to create these videos for you so you could see those sections, and we can piece by piece bring you into it and get approvals and go through each thing. So it's not just like we dump the whole thing on you. It's kind of like, well, we don't know what's going on. So we want to intimately walk you through each section so you could be as familiar with it as we are, because we really want you to understand how powerful the tools that you have are, and you'll know every single thing that you could do with it. So it's never like, can I do this? Can I do that? You'll be familiar with it from day one. And so hopefully that's good. And so today we're going to start off very simple. We're going to go with employee management. So we're going to walk through all the functionality, the working functionality of employee management. So this will be how it functions. So what I really want you to do is kind of look at this and see, okay, so if I'm going to be using this is what I'll be doing, this how I'll be adding people, this how I'll be removing people, this how I'll be checking on people and doing all these different things. So let's get started. So I'm going to log in, and I'm going to be logging in as an admin user. And so this is where we end up at the dashboard. Let me just go to the admin section. Okay, so don't pay attention to anything up here. You'll see everything that I walk you through down here. So what you're seeing here is the employee management section. So what it does, it's a list of all active employees, including name, email, and roles. And this is just for your employees, because you'll have a section for your customers as well, and all these different things. But here's just some sample data of what you could pretend will be your employees. And the first thing you'll see is you'll see the name. So we have Deshaun Bernard here with their email. What is their role? They're a cashier. So we also have different categories of roles as well. So you'll see there'll be different ones that we set up here. So this person is a cashier, but everyone who is an employee has the employee role, and that's important because it gives them access to certain sections, and then these additional roles that are what they actually do gives them access to that specific role and that specific role only. And I'll show you how you could define what they can do and different things. So we have a status of active. You'll see everybody's active for the moment, but we'll go through and activate and deactivate people, and we see their last login, which is never. And so you could do three things. You can add a user, you can view the user, and you can edit the user. Let's start by adding a user. So we'll bring up a modal, the create new user modal, and so we'll have the email address. So we'll say jcancina@gmail.com, user role, and so there's a nice drop down here. And don't pay attention to the colors or the design or anything. Obviously, this is not the finished product. Our the way that we do everything is we get the functionality working first, then we can make it look pretty. So we have the user role here. We have the accounts role. We have the administrative role. We have the cashier role. We have the cashier manager role. We have the regular manager role. And we have the warehouse role. So for this, we'll just do a basic manager role. And you'll see under each role, it tells you what their access is. So like administrator account has full access to all features. Cashier employee has access to cashier features such as cash register. Cashier manager, they have the same cash register access, but they can do managerial things like voiding sales. Warehouse, they have access to things like pick orders, etc. So we'll say it's a manager for this particular setup. So we say it's Justin Cancino, and then we just simply create that user. And so now that user has been created and they've been added. And so you'll see that it appears right here just automatically. Like there's no need to refresh, no need to do anything. It's already there. And we see everything related to that user. So now if I want to click that user, I can click that user and view that user. And you'll see I get all the employee information. Again, don't pay attention to the design. We're going to fix all that up and make it pretty. So we see the full name, we see the email address, we see the status, we see the created at, so a few seconds ago, and if I refresh that, still a few seconds ago, but when it gets to like a minute, that'll update and it'll say a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, an hour ago, a day ago, etc. So you know when that user was added. We see the last login, and we see all the roles associated with that user. And I'll go to a different user now just so you can see. So each user is tied to all, so each employee, I should say rather, is tied to all these different items. So for example, you have like they have quotes that they could create if they are that type of user that can create a quote. They have invoices they could create, again, if they're that type of user that can create an invoice and manage invoices. They have all these statistics that are related to them, and you can see. So okay, I want to see, let's see, it's taking a moment. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just give it a second, because this is all API based. Sometimes it'll take just 1 second, but it's just testing. So we have invoices here. So we'll see that this test user, this is the one that I'm logged in as. You can see I logged in 4 minutes ago as we started this. I have 0 sales associated with me. I have 0 quotes associated with me, but I have 3 invoices totaling 28,000 associated with me, and I have 6 inventory items associated with me. So that means I've added 6 inventory items, and this is their total. I've added 3 invoices. This is their total, and I haven't done anything related with that, with quotes or sales. So these are just basic statistics that you may want to see about the user. We could have them, we could remove them, doesn't matter, but it just gives you sort of like a bird's eye view. We thought these would be interesting statistics. Let's go to another user because I want to deactivate one. So let's try this one here, Alana. All right, so we see same thing, just more statistics now. So this person has 2 sales, etc. So Alana no longer works with us, but we don't want to delete this user because they have historical information associated with them, right? They may have inventory items, they have quotes, different things. You don't want to delete them because then, you know, all that data would be gone. So what we've done is created a deactivation role, or status, I should say, that deactivate them. So I clicked that. So I said this will deactivate Alana, preventing them from using the system, including logging in. Their account will no longer be displayed on the employee index page, which is where we were at the beginning, where you see all the lists. You will still be able to find them by search, but they won't appear there. So they'll be out of your hair. So you won't have a huge list of people if you're going through people, or different people come and go. It just removes them completely, and then if you need to find any information associated with them, you can just search them up and find them. And so we're going to say confirm, and just like that, automatically she's now inactive, and there's no other statuses now connected with her. She won't be on that list, and then I could just reactivate her, automatically reactivate it just like that. And then also we have the reset password feature. So if I wanted to reset her password, she forgot her password, she doesn't know how to log in. I just would, anybody who has admin or manager access who's allowed to see these things, and we can control that. You could say, well, I want my top level managers to be able to have that access, no problem. They just click this button, an email fires off to her email, whatever that is when you set up the account, and then she can just reset her password and log in. So very simple, very easy, automatically fires that email out. And the same thing when a user is created, an email goes out to them directly, so they set up their own password and everything like that. So it's very, very simple, very straightforward. And that's basically it. So oh yeah, well we have, okay, so 2 more things I'll show you. So we have the edit feature. So if I just want to edit this customer, maybe this employee, if they change their email, we could update it here. If you're moving them from a role, like maybe they've been a cashier for a few years and now they're becoming a cashier manager, or they're becoming a manager, or they're moved to the warehouse, whatever it is, you can now update their role very simply. So we'll say, all right, we're going to change her from a cashier. She's now a cashier manager. Save, just like that, done. Very easy, very simple. No refreshing, no slowness. Everything's very smooth and very easy. Now, the last thing I'll show you, so that's just basically the functionality in a nutshell for your employee management. So you're able to add employees, edit employees, view their information related in the system. And so as you add things as well, they'll be able to access, you'll be able to access that information related to them as well. So you could search. So I could say, I want to search by, what can I search by? I can search by name or email address. So I'll just put in one, and you'll see the search automatically updates. This shows up because it has 01 in her email. If I want to find everybody with like example.org emails, you see it just shows those, or .com emails, just shows those people. So the search is very basic, very simple, but it works. So like if I wanted to find Justin, it'll show up just like that. And so you could find the users very quickly, very easily. And again, if a user's deactivated, you'd search here and you'd still be able to find them and view any information related to them. So that's basically it. That's search. That's the core functionality for employee management. So that's everything that's associated with that. So this will be the end of this video, and like I said, this is just focus on employee management and how that affects their roles and different permissions in the system. And we could have as many or as little permissions as you need, any roles you want. So those are just the roles we spoke about. But if there's another role that we need to add in, very simple to add that in. And we may even create a settings page where you can control the roles, so that you don't have to contact us every single time you want to add a role. Not something that you probably do often, but it could be something that you say, well, I don't really want my cashiers to have access to, create, just example, creating inventory, for example. So they could maybe search inventory, but they can't actually create the inventory. So, we could have that level of control. Okay, so that is everything. So we keep these videos nice and short and compact to their section. And so if you ever have to refer back to functionality, we could look at this. We're going to do some nice user manuals and stuff like that as well, so that if anybody ever gets or forgets how things work, or just need a refresher, you'll have a nice user manual that you could have a hard copy of or a PDF copy, and then people will be able to understand, oh yeah, I go here to view the employees or edit the employees, etc. So hope that's good. And so like I said, if you take a look at this, look at the functionality and say, okay, what I like, what I don't like, or this is great, and we can send you the next video for the next section. So I just want to knock out each section, get approval, and then at the very end we'll do like a full end-to-end display on how everything ties in together, because this is a very simple section of the project. But when we get into like inventory and accounts and all these different things, it'll get much more complex and things will be more intertwined. So some videos may take a little bit more communication and stuff, but yeah. So hopefully this was good. Let me know your thoughts and we shall go from there. Thank you very much.